Punks. Welcome back to the Young Punk Shortcast, where we're having empowering conversation in a short amount of time so you can get back to your everyday life. We have a guest with us. It is the one, the only, the glorious. Built Up Real Nice is in the building. What's up, baby?
What going on, baby? How you doing? Welcome. I'm just honored to be here, man. I'm so excited. What's happening? What's going on? Rob Robinson up in this thing, aka Built Up Real Nice. Talk to me, Berserk. Talk to me.
What's up, everybody? If you guys don't know my boy Built or Rob Robinson, social media influencer, big and tall model. I ain't gonna tell everything about him. Built, give the people a little bit about yourself and where they can find you.
Hey, just to run it down, big and tall model, social media influencer. You probably caught me on different platforms, from IG to TikTok to Twitter to Twitch. I ain't messing with Kick yet, but I may one day. But YouTube, especially, I'm all about empowering people, inspiring people through the gifts that I've been blessed with, my music, my personality, and the things I have to offer to this world. So if you want to catch me, go catch any of those things or that Berserk tags down here. Just go hit them up. I'm gonna be there.
Catch him. And fun fact about Bill, if you don't know already, he is the person that makes the Young Punk Shortcast intro music. He does a whole bunch of different slew of music for content creators, also for Christian rap as well. Make sure that you go check him out. You can actually find his Spotify link in every single one of my videos down in the links below in the description section. Make sure you click on that, hit him up on Spotify, give him a 5-star rating on there, run it up, leave it on overnight, do whatever you got to do. I'm sure my boy will appreciate it because it's all about supporting.
Yes, sir.
If you do anything, Built is going to be there to support you and push you to your grind. But today, me and Built are coming together. We two men out here. We want to come together to empower other men. And we want to tell you, and our title today is Men You Matter. And it is Men You Matter. Today, we want to talk about the fact that men are important to your household. Men, it's important that you are being a good example on social media, in the gas station, in the grocery store, wherever you go, right? I feel like, Bill, that we're living in a society right now where people, and especially men, we're putting down our standards to make a quick buck.
Right.
And we don't care how we make it, what we do, what we say, who it affects.
Right.
We're not always looking at the generation who's looking at us as an influence, right? Speak about that a little bit, because you're in that field. You're in that, we're both in content creation, but you've been in it a little bit more with your modeling and all that good jazz.
Right.
Speak to how important that is.
It's crazy you asked that, Berserk. It's about attention now. It's like attention is not, money is not the new thing. It's attention. Okay. People would die for attention. People would do anything for attention, from your OnlyFans to doing crazy challenges to anything to bring them viewership, because they feel that is what is needed for them to get paid in the long run. And so morals have been washed out. Morals have not been, ingrained into the new generation of people. They don't really know what's going on or the things they're doing. They haven't been educated or taught that this could hurt them in the long run. So when they make a mistake, it goes against their image. They become a meme, they become a GIF, and then that's what they're tagged on for the rest of their lives or whatever the case is. But morals have gone out the window, and attention is what everybody is seeking, because they think that is the way to win at the game of life. And it's not. Everybody has different gifts. Some people have gifts to be on stage. Some people have gifts to be hosting. Some people have gifts to be in churches. Some people have gifts to work in the lunchroom, and it doesn't make a difference. Everybody's been blessed with something differently to get to this world, to keep this world evolving like God has made it to evolve. So being in the modeling industry, I was faced with a lot of questions about doing certain brands or doing certain poses, or showing certain skin parts or nudity. And I had to say no to a lot of things, because growing up, my parents told me, like, look, watch your image. It's okay to go play with it a little bit, be confident, body positive. That's cool. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you got to know who you are, what you stand for, what you believe in, and have the confidence to portray that in anything you do. And that's what I've tried to do all my life. I haven't been perfect at it. I've made mistakes. I've done things I wasn't supposed to do. Everybody's done thirst traps before, 100%, like, 100%. And so I just tell people, morals, like, make sure you got them. Make sure you know who you are before going on any social media platform. That way, when anybody comes against you, says a comment or anything of that nature, you know what you stand for and you know what you believe in.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And knowing who you are, I think it's the biggest portion of it all. If you know
Mhm.
who you are, what you stand for, and what you represent, you'll be less willing to compromise your values
Mhm.
and your morals, right?
Right.
Um, but if we have a little grace here, me and you, there are a lot
Mhm.
of young men and men out there who don't know who they are. I think
Right.
me and you, we had the privilege, right? We both
Mhm.
grew up in the household with our dads.
Right.
And even though my situation, just spoiler alert, my situation with my biological father didn't work out so well. A little bit of
Mhm.
abuse there, but he's a great man now. But he's always been in my life.
Right.
Same thing with my stepdad. Shout out to O out there. I'll have you on soon. But same thing to my stepdad as well. I had really good male influences in my life. What
Mhm.
happens to the man that doesn't have that and is looking in all the wrong places to figure out what a man should be and how a man should be? Because I think for us, we have a great vantage point and we have a different vantage
Right.
point than a lot of young men because we were able to sit there. I can go and pick up the phone and call my dad. What about the
Right.
young man who's waiting on the porch for his dad to come and his dad
Right.
never shows up? How
Right.
do I portray myself and how can I be a good example in this day and time?
Well, so that's I used to be an educator, right? And I used to always try to set an example for the younger kids that didn't have a father at home, right?
Yeah.
And you would get them sometimes they would call you like, "Oh, can you be my dad? Like I don't have a dad or this and that." And it's not for you to fill that position, but it's just for you to show them that they have someone that can genuinely care for them,
Yeah.
whether it's at school, whether it's, on the playground, whether it's, doing something for them that they didn't expect. And I think I rely heavily on faith, and because it has kept me all my life. And I
Right.
think God provides you with people when you are missing that someone or something in your life that doesn't, that can't give you that push or that you can't talk to or that. I think God provides certain individual or things
Nice.
that replaces that gives you that connection of feeling valued, of feeling loved, of feeling like you're supposed to be here, or feeling like you're supposed to be doing what you're doing. I mean, I've been in places sometimes that I can't talk to my parents about certain stuff.
100%, bro.
People like, oh, you
Oh
got to be
man,
mom and
talk about
dad.
that.
Like, yeah, exactly. So I'm like, yeah, but I can't call them and talk about what I just did over here
Yeah.
because I know that's gonna hurt them. I know it's gonna hurt me, and to
Yeah.
let my parents down and stuff like that. So when people say, yeah, you grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth, yeah, I don't want to be a burden on my parents after they've done all they've done for me, and
Yeah.
and then I mess up and make a mistake or I feel a certain way, and so that is just I believe the enemy works his way in on our fears, on our depression, on our anxiety. And I believe the enemy lets those come in the forefront of what we're trying to do to stop us from being who we're meant to be. Right. So I believe, like I said, I tell you, whether you have parents in your life, siblings, or anyone, when you get that good person in your life or that good person in your circle or that good group of people just with genuine hearts and pure intentions to be around you, not for what you're doing, not for where you're going, not for what's happening in your life, not for because you just won the lotto or because you look a certain way. But when you get those ones that are with you in your storms, those are the ones that can give you that compassion and can speak to you on a different level than you can, than you ever expected any parent could do or anybody else that you expected to be there, So I always rely on faith when people don't have that in their lives or think they should have had that in their lives because God made the beginning from the end, right? So he
Yeah.
knows what you're gonna go through, your challenges.
And I think that's a bigger portion of it, right? And I think that's the relief, especially when you get that circle around you, that you feel like that you can dump those things off to, right?
Right.
If you're a man out there and you didn't have a male influence like me and Built, I think it's great to not put extra pressure on yourself already.
Mhm.
Men feel a lot of pressure, and that's why they tend to bottle up. They tend to not share.
Right.
Oftentimes, we're not great communicators because we
Mhm.
don't want to speak to certain situations. My wife just looked at me. We don't want to speak to certain situations because we want to try to figure it out and handle it on our own. And
Right.
the moment that we speak, we feel like we're weak and I've
Yep.
lost my manhood
Yep.
because
Yep.
as a man, I shouldn't have any flaws as a man. I should be the
Right.
guy. I should be it.
Right.
Right. Like we should be Hulk Hogan all the time.
Right.
And that's just not realistic. But we
Right.
have a lot of men who are walking around on earth right now
Right.
who refuse to speak. Refuse to let's use the taboo word. Hold on, Bill. Strap on. Hold on. Refuse to go to therapy.
Oh. Oh
Refuse
yeah.
to
Yeah.
go and
Yeah.
talk to somebody.
Right. Right.
because we think that, oh my God, I'm weak now. And isn't it amazing how we'll say the enemy will make it in our minds and flip the reverse to say, hey, the help that you can actually need in speaking out is the one thing that's going to condemn you for life. Because once you speak, all of your weaknesses are out there, the things that you've
Mm-hmm.
done are out there,
Yep.
your shortcomings as a man are out there.
Yep.
And a lot of times guys don't want to do that. Why do you think that is, Bill? Why don't we want to
Uh,
talk?
because as a man, you want to be the strongest thing out there. You want to be the strongest man, the biggest man, the mentally, physically be there for everybody whenever they need them. As a man, I've learned I love crying. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I deal with anxiety. I deal with depression. I take half an anxiety pill every morning. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid of that stuff. I used to think that made me look weak. And I really prayed to God. And God was like, I put doctors on the earth for this type of stuff, to get you through these type of battles, to get you through these type of down times. Like, I don't trust all doctors, but just because I don't trust all doctors doesn't mean this one doctor can help me out.
100%.
I'm gonna cut off everybody else. I just, so I do therapy sessions, I talk about things, I let stuff out now. And that has just happened over the past couple of years, after the pandemic. It's just, I was like, man, I ain't going no therapy. Like, can't nobody tell me nothing. I don't trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how I feel. What am I supposed to say? And then I'm gonna look weak. And then this person may know this person. And then this person may know this person. And so it's all these fears you put in your head when you just gotta go do it.
Yeah.
Like the fear of anything will kill any part of your life that
Ooh,
God
say
wants
that,
you to be in.
baby.
So
Say that
it's just
again,
like
baby.
the fear, if you're facing something and it's fearful and it's scary, that is where you're supposed to be. Because
Ooh.
the enemy wants you there. He wants you to stay in that boat. He wants you just to float by yourself. He wants to keep you right there because he knows if you get out in those waters and you fight those waves and you get to that promised land of where you need to be to inspire the people around you and do what God has called you to do, he knows he's going to be in a lot of trouble. And he would do whatever he has to do. He would play with your mind. He would put thoughts in
Come on
your
with it,
head. He
baby.
would put worst case scenarios. He would turn your best friends into your enemies. He will make you think all sorts of things just to keep you in that boat. To say, all right, I'm cool. I'm chilling. I don't need nothing. I don't want to try this. I don't want to do that. So if it's fear involved, if you're scared of it, I have learned to just put my bull on and just
Let's
go right
go.
at it because it's not going to keep me from being who I need to be, and it's not going to keep me from being happy anymore. I'm about making myself happy, taking care of myself first, and taking care of the people that love me. That's what I'm about, and that's my path in the rest of this lifetime. And God, whoever God brings to me in that path, they are going to get me for me, love me for me, and we're going to fight storms and we're going to fight battles. And I ain't looking for, like I said, I ain't looking for nobody to be flawless. Give me all your flaws, give me everything, because I need to know you've been down there where I've been. So if I ever go back down there again, you can pull me up or I can pull you up, vice versa. So I had to say that, I had to get that out, Berserk. I know I went a little over time,
No,
but I
you
had to
good,
get that
baby.
out.
It's good, baby. It's good. This is it's exactly what we need right now in this day and age. Is
Mhm.
exactly what we want to hear. As we get ready to get wrapped up here on this short cast here, man, we just want to let you know, let it out, baby. If you didn't have a male influence in your life, choose the ones that are positive. You
Yeah.
know, look, listen, let's keep it a buck 100.
Yep.
Drugs ain't the way, baby. Thug lifestyle ain't the way. I got
Yep.
plenty of guys that thought it was that way. They ain't.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they're gone. You know?
Berserk.
Yeah.
And the way you can tell somebody is really hood, they're trying to get out. So when I see people playing that hood game
Yeah.
and like, oh, I want to do this and do this, I'm like, no, when you speak to people that's really in the hood, they're trying to get out.
Right.
And so when I see people perpetrating and trying to put on this front like they tough and all that type of stuff, I say, you ain't about that life because
Right.
they trying to get out of it.
Yeah. And it's it's amazing how specifically African American culture, we
Mhm.
glorify struggle.
Yeah.
like we wear struggle like a badge on. Oh yeah, well I went to jail 5 times.
Yeah.
Lights was off. Like that's not something to that's not something
Yeah.
to glorify in. Like, okay,
Yeah.
what's glorifying about it is that you came from that situation and
Right.
hey, look at me now. I made
Right.
it from there.
Yep.
Man,
Yep.
we're here for each other. Me and
Mhm.
Bill, we're here for you. Iron sharpens iron. You have help. You are not alone. If you need to, let me encourage you on today. Go talk to somebody.
Yep.
Go get you a therapist that don't know you from A, Y, and Z, not your wife's therapist, not your mama and daddy's therapist. If you need to travel to a different city because you need that much confidentiality, do it. I'm sorry, I'm a little sick. Do it if you need to. Go out there, get it done. Protect this right here. This is the devil's playground. He wants to turn it against you. God wants to make it for your good. His promises to you, man, are yes and amen. Don't you ever forget it. This is my boy Rob. Oh, this is Rob. What's up, baby? Yes, sir.
Hey, Berserk, before we leave out here, I just want to say this. If you do not like leaving your house, you can always do therapy online. You can find people online. And I think people forget about that. You can find a corner in your home. You can find somewhere you can go sit in the Starbucks or whatever, a quiet library somewhere. You can get therapy online. Do not feel like you have to go out and sit in a room and feel claustrophobic with someone that's looking at you that you do 100%. Not know. That is always another option. I think people forget about the option a lot because it's like, oh, I got to go see somebody and sit in a room and talk to them one-on-one. No, you have online people that can really certified therapists that have experience that can really help you out and to get you where you need to be mentally and physically, get you where you need to be so you can do the job that you want to do and live the dreams you want to live.
And that's important because we don't care how you do it. As long as you do it. All right. Yeah. Like we're not stuck on that. But Young Punks, thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm so glad to be able to have my boy Built, Rob Robinson, on today. We want to let you know, make sure that you are your best friend and not your worst enemy. We'll catch you later, you. Go ahead, Rob.
You young punk. I had to get it.
Hey, that was good, bro. Hey, we catch you guys later. We'll see you on the next one.
Hey, yo, it's the BerSerKerr.
Hey.
And this man is going crazy.